Ladies and gentlemen, every single day you wake up, life hands you a choice to rise or remain the same. The truth is, your entire future depends on what you do with this very moment. Most people let their days slip by, trapped in routine, waiting for change to come. But what if I told you that you are the change, that your thoughts, your words, and your actions are shaping your destiny right now? This is not just another day. It's your turning point. Watch closely, because what you're about to hear could transform the way you think, live, and become everything you were meant to be. Every single time you open your eyes to a new day, you are handed the same priceless opportunity to rewrite your story. But here's the secret most people miss. Life doesn't change in giant leaps. It changes in the small, quiet moments when no one is watching. It changes when you decide to think differently, to act differently, to speak differently. Every choice, no matter how small, carries the seed of transformation. Every decision you make, every thought you allow, every word you speak is a brushstroke on the canvas of your destiny. If you knew how powerful your thoughts were, you would never think another negative one again. The mind is a garden, and every moment you are planting seeds, some of faith, some of fear, some of hope, and some of doubt. The question is not whether you are planting, but what you are planting. But what you are planting, you cannot plant thorns and expect roses to bloom. You cannot fill your mind with failure and expect success to flourish. Life gives back to you exactly what you give to it. If you give the world your best, your patience, your discipline, your gratitude, it will return it to you multiplied. But if you give it excuses, laziness, and self-pity, it will mirror that right back. The law is simple and unwavering. As you sow, so shall you reap. It begins in thought, it grows in action, and it manifests in result. That is the chain of creation. Yet most people try to change their results without changing their thoughts. They chase wealth without adopting the mindset of abundance. They seek love without giving love. They want peace without cultivating it within themselves. You cannot attract what you contradict. Life will always reflect who you are being more than what you are wanting. To live differently, you must think differently. And to think differently, you must become aware of the thoughts you allow to take root in your mind. Awareness is the key that unlocks all transformation. You cannot change what you refuse to see. Most people go through their lives asleep, repeating the same patterns, making the same choices, speaking the same words, and wondering why nothing changes. But the moment you become aware, truly aware of your power to choose, everything shifts. You begin to see that your circumstances are not chains, but mirrors. They reflect the quality of your thinking. Change the reflection within, and the mirror outside cannot help but follow. You may ask, how do I change my thinking when my life feels so hard? The answer is one thought at a time. And you replace old patterns with new ones, slowly, deliberately, consistently. When a thought of fear comes, replace it with faith. When doubt appears, replace it with determination. When anger rises, replace it with calm. This is not easy work. It is the greatest work a human being can do. But it is also the most rewarding, for the one who masters their mind masters their world. The one who conquers their thoughts conquers their fate. Every day you must feed your mind with inspiration, with truth, with vision. Just as the body cannot survive without food, the mind cannot thrive without nourishment. If you fill your mind with chaos, gossip, fear, and negativity, it will grow weak and confused. But if you feed it daily with wisdom, gratitude, and clarity, it will grow powerful beyond measure. The difference between a life of mediocrity and a life of greatness lies in what you choose to feed your mind each day. Do not be deceived by appearances. The greatest changes often happen beneath the surface, unseen by the eye. A seed must first take root in the darkness before it breaks through the soil and reaches the sun. Your growth is no different. The period of silent struggle and uncertainty is not a punishment. It is preparation. You are being shaped, strengthened, and stretched for the life you are meant to live. So do not despair when progress seems slow. Every step you take in faith is a step toward the light. even if you cannot yet see it. The people who achieve remarkable success are not those who had it easy. They are those who refuse to surrender to difficulty. They understood that adversity is not the enemy, it is the instructor. Every challenge you face carries within it a lesson, a message, an opportunity to evolve. The more you resist difficulty, the longer it stays. But the moment you learn from it, it disappears, replaced by wisdom. The storms you endure are shaping your strength. The pain you feel today is preparing the power you will need tomorrow. Never envy the lives of others. You are not here to walk their path. You are here to walk yours. Each life is a unique journey designed with divine precision. When you compare yourself to others, you dishonor your own potential. The only person you should strive to be better than is the one you were yesterday. Your progress may not be loud, but it is real. It may not be visible, but it is happening. And one day the quiet work you do in the dark will shine brighter than anything you ever imagined. You must learn to trust the process. Growth is not linear. There will be days of doubt, days of fatigue, days when it seems nothing is working. But those days are necessary. They test your faith. They refine your purpose. They prove how much you truly want the life you claim to desire. Anyone can dream when things are easy, but the true dreamer continues to believe when the road gets hard. Faith is not believing when everything is visible. Faith is believing when nothing is. Hold on to your vision when no one else does. Speak your truth when others doubt you. Walk your path when others walk away, because one day those same people will look at you and wonder how you did it, and you will know the answer. You never gave up. You must also understand the value of time. Each moment that passes is a fragment of your life, a piece of your story. How you use it determines who you become. Most people waste their time waiting for the future. But the truth is, the future is built in the present. What you do today echoes tomorrow. Every small act of discipline compounds. Every moment of focus builds upon itself, and before long, you will find yourself living the very life you once imagined. Time, when invested wisely, becomes your greatest ally. When wasted, it becomes your greatest thief. Guard your time, guard your energy, guard your focus. The world will try to distract you, to fill your mind with noise, to keep you chasing things that do not matter. But remember, distraction is the enemy of destiny. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you are saying no to something that could change your life. Simplify your days. Prioritize what truly matters. Do not confuse movement with progress. It is not how busy you are that matters, but how purposeful you are with your time. The journey of transformation is not about becoming someone else. It is about remembering who you truly are. Beneath all fear, beneath all doubt, beneath all limitation, there is a part of you that knows the truth. It knows you were meant for more. It knows you have greatness within you. It knows you are capable of far more than you've been led to believe. The goal of growth is not to find something outside yourself. It is to uncover what has always been inside. You already possess everything you need. You have the power to think, to choose, to act, to persist, to believe. You have the ability to imagine, to create, to shape your destiny with the force of your will. The same energy that moves the tides and lights the stars flows through you. You are not separate from creation. You are part of it. And when you align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with that truth, life begins to work for you instead of against you. Do not underestimate the quiet moments. The time you spend in reflection, in gratitude, in solitude, these are the moments that recharge your soul. In silence, the mind regains its power. In stillness, clarity is born. Spend time each day alone with your thoughts, away from the noise of the world. Listen to that inner voice that whispers truth. It will never mislead you. It will remind you that everything you need is already within your reach, waiting for you to act. The key is consistency. What you do occasionally will never change your life. What you do daily will. A single act of focus will not transform you, but a habit of focus will. A single act of discipline will not change your destiny, but a lifestyle of discipline will. The compound effect of small positive choices repeated over time creates results that seem miraculous to those who do not understand the process. But there is no miracle, only cause and effect, habit and result, thought and creation. You keep planting, keep tending, keep believing. Your harvest is on its way. Every great harvest requires time. The soil does not yield its fruit the day after the seed is planted, and neither does life. Yet most people give up right before the miracle happens. They abandon their efforts when the ground looks barren, never realizing that beneath the surface, growth is already taking place. The roots are forming, the foundation is strengthening, and soon the results they long for will emerge. Patience is not waiting, it is trusting. It is knowing that everything unfolds at the right time, in the right way. If only you do not quit. When you understand this truth, you stop chasing outcomes and start mastering process. You learn that the process itself is the reward. It is not about arriving at a destination. It is about becoming the kind of person who could reach it. Success is not something you pursue. It is something you attract by the person you become. So focus less on what you want to have and more on who you must become to deserve it. Because when you elevate your thinking, when you strengthen your habits, when you refine your attitude, success becomes inevitable. It cannot help but find you. The tragedy of most lives is not that people aim too high and miss, but that they aim too low and hit. They settle for comfort instead of growth, safety instead of purpose, approval instead of authenticity. But comfort is the silent enemy of greatness. It dulls the edge of ambition. It numbs the spirit, and it robs you of the very potential you were born to fulfill. Every time you choose comfort over challenge, you step away from your destiny. Growth never happens in ease. It happens in resistance. Just as muscles grow stronger under pressure, your character strengthens through adversity. The obstacles before you are not there to block you. They are there to build you. When you start to see challenges as opportunities rather than barriers, life transforms. The things that once intimidated you become the very things that shape your strength. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start saying, "What is this teaching me?" That simple shift in perspective is the difference between living as a victim and living as a creator. The victim believes life is something that happens to them. The creator understands that life responds to them. When you live as a creator, you move from reaction to intention, from fear to faith, from limitation to power. You must also remember that no one succeeds alone. Every great life is built through service. The surest way to receive more is to give more. To give your time, your effort, your understanding, your kindness. The more value you create for others, the more value life returns to you. It may not come back from the same place, but it will always come back. You cannot outgive the universe. And thought, word, or deed returns multiplied. That is the law of compensation, and it never fails. So instead of asking, "What can I get?" ask, "What can I give?" Ask, "What can I give?" The one who contributes with sincerity never lacks. The one who serves with love never loses. Do not be discouraged if others do not see your effort right away. Recognition is temporary. Fulfillment is eternal. The applause of others fades quickly, but the quiet satisfaction of knowing you gave your best lasts a lifetime. Do not work for attention. Work for excellence. Excellence will bring all the attention you could ever want, but by then, you will no longer need it. The true reward of effort is mastery, and mastery requires devotion long before it delivers results. You will face days when nothing seems to go your way, when every plan falls apart, and every step forward feels like 2 steps back. On those days, remember, persistence is greater than brilliance. The most successful people are not always the most talented. They are the most determined. They keep going when others stop. They push forward when others turn back. They understand that temporary defeat is not failure. It is feedback. It is the universe's way of saying, not yet. Keep refining. The only true failure is the refusal to try again. Every experience you face is shaping you for the next level of your journey. The moments of struggle are not breaking you. they are preparing you. They are building resilience, deepening understanding, and teaching you lessons that success alone could never teach. Embrace them. Learn from them. Use them, because one day, those same experiences will become the foundation upon which your strength is built. The way you speak to yourself matters more than you realize. Every word you repeat internally shapes the image you hold of yourself. If you constantly tell yourself you can't, your mind will obey. But if you tell yourself you can, your mind will find a way. Words are powerful. They are commands to the subconscious. Speak words of power, not weakness. Replace I can'ty with I will. Replace I don't know how with I'll learn. Replace it's impossible with it's possible from. You will begin to see your world change when you change the language of your mind. You must guard your inner dialogue as carefully as you guard your time. Do not let negative thoughts take residence in your mind. The moment they enter, replace them with something uplifting, something empowering, something aligned with your vision. You are the gatekeeper of your thoughts. You decide what stays and what goes. No one can think for you. No one can create for you. Your mind is sacred ground. Only plant what you wish to harvest. When you look around and see others succeeding, do not let envy take root. Let inspiration grow instead. Their success does not diminish yours. It proves what is possible. If someone else has achieved it, it means it can be done, and that you can do it too. Use their victories as proof, not as comparison. Celebrate them, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Comparison steals joy, but inspiration multiplies it. There is enough success, enough abundance, enough opportunity for everyone who believes and acts with purpose. Remember also that your environment matters. The people you surround yourself with either lift you higher or pull you down. Choose carefully. Spend time with those who challenge you to think bigger, to grow stronger, to become better. Distance yourself from negativity, from doubt, from fear. You cannot soar with eagles if you walk with those who clip their own wings. Energy is contagious. Surround yourself with those whose energy strengthens your spirit and ignites your vision. Never let the opinions of others dictate the direction of your life. People will always have something to say, whether you fail or succeed. Do not live to please them. Live to fulfill your purpose. Those who criticize you today may one day admire the courage it took to follow your own path. Stay true to your values, your dreams, and your truth. You are not here to conform. You are here to create. When you feel uncertain, remember that faith is not the absence of doubt. It is the decision to move forward in spite of it. You do not need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. You simply need to trust that the ground will meet your feet as you climb. Every act of faith builds strength. Every moment of courage expands confidence. The path reveals itself to those who keep walking. And when life blesses you with progress, stay humble. Do not let success make you forget where you began. Gratitude keeps you grounded. It keeps your heart open and your spirit clear. The more grateful you are, the more life gives you to be grateful for. Gratitude transforms what you have into enough and turns ordinary moments into extraordinary ones. Each day, take a moment to give thanks for the breath in your lungs, the lessons you've learned, the opportunities ahead. Gratitude is the magnet of abundance. So as you continue on your journey, remind yourself that every day is another chance to rise. Every sunrise brings with it a new beginning, another opportunity to think better thoughts, take bolder actions, and live with greater purpose. Do not wait for motivation. Create it. Do not wait for the right mood. Move first, and the feeling will follow. Action precedes emotion. The very act of doing, of moving forward, fuels the fire within. Keep going, keep believing, keep becoming, because every thought, every choice is building the life you were destined to live. Every time you take a step forward, no matter how small, you are proving to yourself that growth is possible. That single step carries power, for momentum is born in movement. You do not need to know how everything will unfold. You simply need to begin. The most extraordinary transformations in life start quietly, often unseen, with one person making one decision, I will not remain where I am. That declaration, made with conviction, has the power to move mountains within you. For the greatest change you'll ever experience is not external. It is the shift from doubt to belief, from fear to faith, from hesitation to determination. Every day you rise, life invites you to evolve, to think higher, to act wiser, to live truer. The question is not whether you are capable, it is whether you are willing to let go of who you were so that you may become who you are meant to be, willing to release old habits, old excuses, and old stories that no longer serve you. Change always demands that something within you must die so that something greater can be born. And that process, though uncomfortable, is the very essence of becoming. You cannot step into a new life while clinging to the fragments of the old one. Many people wait for confidence before they act, but confidence does not come first. Action does. Confidence is built through evidence, through repetition, through experience. Through experience, every time you weigh, confidence grows. Every time you keep your word to yourself, self-belief deepens. Every time you push beyond your comfort zone, your courage expands. You were not born timid. You were conditioned to doubt. And what has been learned can be unlearned. What has been buried can be uncovered. Within you lies the strength to break free from every limitation that has ever held you. You must also understand that life is not against you. It is responding to you. It mirrors back the energy, the thoughts, and the emotions you consistently project. When you approach life with resentment, you attract more reasons to resent. When you approach it with gratitude, you attract more to be grateful for. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. The outer world always follows the inner one. This is why true transformation begins within. No one and nothing outside of you can change until you do. Each morning before the day begins, take a moment to quiet your mind. Breathe deeply and remind yourself that you are the creator of your experience. Visualize the life you wish to live, not vaguely, but vividly. See it in detail. Feel it as though it were already true. Your subconscious mind cannot distinguish between imagination and reality. It accepts what you repeatedly impress upon it. When your vision becomes stronger than your circumstances, begin to change. Begin to change. The world moves for the one who moves within first. You may not see progress immediately, but it is happening nonetheless. Just as the seasons shift gradually, your transformation unfolds in divine timing. Winter must come before spring, and in your life, challenges often precede breakthroughs. The struggle you feel today is evidence that you are growing. Growth stretches you, tests you, and sometimes exhausts you, but it also refines you. The more pressure a diamond endures, the brighter it shines. You too are being polished by life's trials into something radiant and unbreakable. Do not let temporary pain convince you that you are permanently defeated. Pain is a messenger, not a sentence. It arrives to show you where healing is needed, where growth is waiting, and where truth has been ignored. Instead of running from pain, listen to it. Ask what it's trying to teach you. You'll find that the very thing you thought would destroy you often becomes the thing that saves you. Strength does not come from avoiding hardship. It comes from enduring it with grace and emerging wiser. There will be moments when you question everything. Your path, your purpose, your worth. In those moments, return to silence. The world may be loud, but truth whispers. It does not shout for attention. It waits for stillness. Sit with yourself. Reflect. Listen, within that quiet space, you'll rediscover what matters. You'll remember that you are not lost. You are learning. Not behind, you are becoming. Life is not punishing you. It is preparing you for the person you are destined to be. Never underestimate the power of consistency. The smallest positive habit, when practiced daily, will yield greater results than bursts of inspiration, followed by inaction. Consistency compounds. The person who disciplines their mind and actions every day, no matter how mundane it feels, will always surpass the one who waits for the perfect moment. Greatness is built in repetition, not in rare moments of brilliance. Protect your focus like a sacred flame, for where your attention goes, your life flows. Do not waste it on trivial things or fleeting pleasures. Direct it toward growth, toward mastery, toward meaning. Remember that life's true wealth is not measured in possessions, but in peace of mind.